If you're a marketer, you need to understand incrementality studies because even if your company is too small, the concepts of incrementality are so important. Ultimately, incrementality is trying to measure what's causing sales to happen, which is what you need to be investing in to grow any profitable business. And just because Meta says the ROAS is 4 or Google says the ROAS is 5, return on ad spend, that doesn't actually mean the true return on investment on those platforms. There's a lot of waste there, and the true ROI might be closer to like a 2 or even a 1. And you don't know without doing proper holdout studies. So how do you do a proper holdout study? There's two main phases. One, location selection, picking locations to turn your ads off in. Usually that's DMA level, where you'll turn off ads, let's say like Meta or TikTok or YouTube, in a certain DMA, a certain set of DMAs for the next 20 to 30 days. And the way to find those DMAs is to run an historical correlation analysis. So my tool Stella, which can do all of this for free, runs a correlation analysis, a synthetic AA study, and an 80-20 split to find the best test and control markets that have moved together historically. The idea is if the markets are properly correlated from the start, if you make a change to one of them, you should be able to detect an effect. The second part is to run the actual analysis. So like if this ran for 30 days on day 31, we need to get our data together. The proper data is like revenue and spend by state. And then you can add in other variables too if other things might have affected your revenue, like promotions, emails, those types of things. Those are called confounding variables. You put all that data into a model. Again, Stella can do this for you for free, and it runs a proper causal model. Stella runs multiple models and finds the model that outputs the best statistical validity for you, for your data set. There's not a one-size-fits-all model, and a lot of you guys who have found open source Python notebooks are just running all data through the same model. You shouldn't be doing that. So the way Stella works, it's not just looking at test minus control to measure lift. That is a terrible way of measuring actual lift. Stella is doing usually two things, and it depends on the model being used. But one, Stella is predicting how the test region should have performed if nothing changed. We're modeling out all historical data and then building out what's called a counterfactual or a prediction of how the test regions usually perform. The second part of a counterfactual is the weighted synthetic control. So instead of comparing test minus control, we do test minus a weighted synthetic control, so like an aggregate of all the control regions based on correlation to the test region to have a control market that moves almost identical to the test markets. This also helps control for seasonality. So any good causal model is looking at actual revenue minus the counterfactual. And it all depends on how your counterfactual is built. And if you're running holdouts and you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to be using Stella. Try our free tier.